Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included with me, your host, Luckymarine. And we've got exciting things to do today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have exciting things. And it starts with this little portion of pipe, section of pipe, if you will. If the guys will... You're not... The ladies and gentlemen at home don't have time to wait for priority 5. Suki, you gonna do it for us? Yup. We can actually just build the ladders. Just if it's gonna be quicker, just build the damn ladders. Here, boy. Doing exciting things. Now come see. Alright, we'll wait for a decent build-up of charge, and then we'll turn it on. We also need to deconstruct the gas pipe there. Still bits of breathable oxygen in here. Like it. Is the coal generator on? It is. Good work, Mildred. Good work. And we'll harvest these again. I have not seen these be affected by anything. All the rest of the plants down here were affected by the amount of oxygen was in here, when it fluctuated, when we had a bit of a chlorine build-up. Still a little bit of a chlorine build-up, but wow. Let's turn you off. Yeah, let's turn you off. Just for the time being. I think we have enough. The ones in here just carried on growing. So once you do trap them in their own little atmosphere, they don't use gas, they don't give off gas. It stays in the same state that you lock it in at. So as long as you can stop heat transfer as well, that's fully sustainable. And you'll never get to a point where, oh, my plants aren't growing because I haven't got enough oxygen, or my base has suddenly been flooded by contaminated oxygen when I deconstructed this floor without actually having the one above it sorted out, and we flooded the base with contaminated oxygen. Fun times, fun times. Fully enclosed, it wouldn't affect them, and they can sweep on the diagonal as well. Alright, tomorrow we'll flick the switch. We will flick the switch. Mildred, where are you? Mildred? Are you down here? Mildred? Mildred? You're not going to get home in time. I'm sorry, girl. I mean, you're doing good work, but still. Go. Yep, didn't think so. Well, at least you got your food on. No, thank you. So you can harvest on the diagonal, you can sweep on the diagonal. This works. Okay. Flick the switch. We're all excited. All excited. minus 197. I don't think you need to go through the thermoregulator. So, to that end. Why is this in there? What were we filtering out? Come on, Suki. Well, yeah, you can vomit all you want. Alright, so. Straight out of here. Straight into there. So no more cooling. But it should be quite cold. So we'll prioritise you at a 9 because that needs to be done. Sandstone, good. Breathable gas. So it comes down here, turns straight into breathable gas. And a bit of contaminated oxygen, which we can deal with. Yeah. 33 degrees, minus 120, 33, 33, minus 120. So 33 is the stuff coming from this room. Alright, so if we, instead of venting straight out straight into the system and away it goes, how about we instead vent off into this room, so it's almost it's almost two-stage heating. So it enters this room where it turns into breathable oxygen, and whilst it's in this room it heats up to a little bit, but then it gets sucked into the gas pump and it gets chucked into this room where it's got more chance to heat up even more before being sent on its way. I mean, in order to fully make this work, we'd have to have a decent heat source in here. Let's check a couple of batteries down. And if needs be, we can have it entering one room into a heat source. Maybe a hydrogen generator. I know we're not going to be using the hydrogen generators, but have the heat source or the hydrogen generator in one room, and then pump it from one room into another room underneath. So it starts cold and gradually gets warmer and warmer and warmer to the point where it's to the point where it's usable, and we can pump it into the base, because this isn't usable. It's nice, but it's not usable. Oxygen at -6, still -6. You want that across all your base. Oxygen at -74, no, it's not usable. So we can mix this with this. Yeah, let's do that. Pretty much forgotten about the Steam stuff now that I've working on this. Every little bit that we do is testing out. Well, does this work? Will that work? Oh, Colin, you got more room to mess about in. Because as soon as this oxygen hits our base, especially the -130 stuff, I don't think our plants are gonna like it. You'll just see blue at the vents. 1, 2, 3. We disabled that. Oh no, the vent's there. Oh, okay. There we go. That's our first lump of minus. Oh, it comes out 14. Still. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't need too much, he says, at 1.70 degrees Celsius. Alright, maybe it would need a few steps. So maybe a 3-room stack. Sorry. Like this. 3 separate compartments, but bigger, so like this size. 1, 2, and then one below it, where you've got batteries, thermal regulators, and you use all the thermal regulators, but then you pump the end product into the top room, which will heat it to. You have the vent here and the pump in this corner, and hopefully by the time it's got from being vented out here and then pumped in the gas pump here, it's cooled up by, I don't know, I have no idea. We'll have to test all this out, but X amount of degrees, and then you pump it directly into the next chamber, and you have the vent on this side and the pump on this side, and by the time it's got all the way across the chamber, it's heated up again. And then hopefully by the time it's got all the way through the 3rd chamber, it's heated up enough to be usable. Because even at 4 degrees, it's not really usable. 1.7, no. Minus, no. Alright. So it's a shame that you can't create a freezer, because this would be a nice candidate for one. Can you get to that? Yep. Let's turn you off for now. The only issue with this whole thing is power generation. Power generation and the amount of contaminated oxygen that you can produce. But the amount of contaminated oxygen is directly proportional to how many mobs you have, I suppose. I think you get 3 mobs from a dead dupe. But with what we saw in the last playthrough, when Sadie got chucked into the wall, it was 3 mobs that appeared, and then when I loaded the game in again, there was even more that appeared. So I don't know. I don't know. If the body's still there, I don't know if it'll just chuck out more mobs every time you load in. We'll give it a go. Let's deconstruct just the gas pipe on that corner. So it comes in at 70. Oh, that's not too bad actually. $69, 70, 70, 70. Right, that temperature we're going to have to cool it down. $35 degrees, 35, 35. That seems fairly constant for the time being. $37, $34. $38, 30, it's about 30. Oh, it's starting to climb. No, 38 is the highest I've seen so far. If that's the case, then one cooler will do. We haven't got this switched on, have we? Oh dear. I was like, that temperature is far too uniformed. We should be seeing one really cold and some that are quite warm, and then another really cold one. Why are we not? Why is it so uniform? But it's because we've not got our bank switched on. You fool. Alright. Well, we need a decent amount of power stored up before we turn it back on again. And therein lies the issue with this method, I think. It's going to be lots of people on wheels, but creating usable oxygen from contaminated oxygen. You can, with the mob thing, you could basically make a farm. You could make a usable amount of contaminated oxygen in a separate room. And if you need more, if you need the content to be higher, or the amount to be... Oh, I'm picking up coal from here. If you need it to be more concentrated, then you put another dupe in there until they die, and you get another 3. Here, boy. Or if you need even more after that, you put another dupe in there until he dies and you get another 3. Another 3. Another 3. And you stack multiples of 3 until you've got such a... such a concentration. Let's have a look. Colin, where have you gone? What do you need? What do you eat? Alright. So I don't think they eat anything. I think it's just a net gain of contaminated oxygen that they pump out all the time. So you create something that you get for free. That... what kind of temperature does he live at? Because he was overheating up when he was living solely up here. But I think about 30 degrees Celsius. So we'd need a room that we could regulate at about 30 degrees Celsius. And then just directly, as we're doing here, just directly pump from where we've got our mobs straight into where our thermoregulators are. It looks like it is 17. 18 gives you liquid oxygen. $17 gives you the gas. I mean, super cooled gas, but gas all the same. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that will be us for this episode. We'll charge our batteries up, we'll get this running again, and we'll see if the two-step system worked. We were getting stuff coming out of this pipe at 137 below, or... well, it was quite cold anyway. It's great producing oxygen, but we need to be able to use that oxygen. So, I think it's probably going to be a stepped system of getting gradually warmer and warmer. Right, but we'll turn that on probably in the next episode now actually. Yeah, there's a coal generator running. Alright, so not going to lose that much overnight in terms of what's in the batteries. So yeah, we'll give them about half day on the wheels, and then we'll turn the system back on again. Alright, so until then, do take care.